Welcome to the brand new video. In this video, we will discuss about Burkina Faso, which you people generally don't know. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications, so you can keep up to date with all our latest content. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in West Africa, bordered by Mali, Niger, Benin, Togo, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. The capital city is Ouagadougou, which is also the largest city and cultural center. Burkina Faso covers around 274,200 square kilometers. The country has a tropical climate with a rainy season, May to September, and a dry season, October to April. The landscape is mostly flat, with a few hilly regions, particularly in the southwest. Major rivers include the Mohun, the Nzainan, and the Nakambe. The northern part of Burkina Faso lies within the Sahel, a semi-arid zone bordering the Sahara Desert. Burkina Faso has national parks and game reserves, with wildlife such as elephants, lions, and hippos. The country's ecosystems include savannas, forests, and wetlands, though deforestation is a concern. Burkina Faso is rich in gold, which is a major export, along with manganese and zinc. Burkina Faso was once home to powerful kingdoms, such as the Mossi kingdoms, which resisted invasions for centuries. The French colonized the region in the late 19th century, and it became part of French West Africa. Burkina Faso gained independence from France on August 5, 1960, originally named Upper Volta. In 1984, President Thomas Sankara changed the name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, meaning land of upright people, in the local languages. Sankara, often called Africa's Che Guevara, was a Marxist revolutionary who implemented radical reforms before his assassination in 1987. After Sankara's death, Blaise Compaoré ruled for 27 years before being ousted in 2014. Burkina Faso has experienced political unrest, including coups in 2014 and 2022. The Mossi Empire, centered in Ouagadougou, played a crucial role in the region's pre-colonial history. Burkina Faso is a semi-presidential republic with a multi-party political system. The president is the head of state, while the prime minister is the head of government. The country has a unicameral legislature, the National Assembly. The current constitution was adopted in 1991, although it has undergone several amendments. Burkina Faso has faced political instability in recent years, including coups and insurgencies. The judicial system is based on French civil law, with the Supreme Court at its head. Burkina Faso is divided into 13 regions, 45 provinces, and 351 departments. Burkina Faso is a member of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and the African Union. The country maintains diplomatic relations with many African nations, France, and other international partners. Burkina Faso's military has been involved in several coups, and it also deals with security challenges, including terrorism. French is the official language, though indigenous languages such as Mossi, Diola, and Fula are widely spoken. Burkina Faso has a religiously diverse population, with Islam, around 60%, and Christianity being the major religions, alongside traditional African beliefs. The country is famous for its artisans, particularly in bronze casting, mask making, and pottery. Traditional music includes the use of instruments like the balafon, djembe, and kora, often accompanying storytelling. The Fespaco is one of the most important film festivals in Africa, held biennially. Dance plays an integral role in cultural celebrations and rituals, often tied to traditional religious practices. Common dishes include to, a millet or sorghum dough served with sauces, and riz gras, a rice-based dish with vegetables and meat. Traditional attire includes the bubu, a flowing robe worn by both men and women, often brightly colored. Griots are traditional storytellers and musicians who preserve the history and culture of their people through oral tradition. Burkina Faso's villages often feature mud brick homes, with traditional Mossi houses known for their cylindrical shapes and thatched roofs. Football is the most popular sport, with the national team, known as Les Étalons, the Stallions, competing in African and international tournaments. The art of wood carving is highly developed, particularly for masks and figurines used in spiritual ceremonies. Agriculture employs about 80% of the population, with staple crops including sorghum, millet, and maize. Animal husbandry, particularly cattle, goats, and sheep, is an important economic activity. Gold is Burkina Faso's leading export, and the country is Africa's fourth largest producer. Cotton is another major export, earning the nickname white gold due to its economic importance. A large portion of Burkina Faso's economy operates in the informal sector. Burkina Faso uses the West African CFA franc, XOF. Shared by several West African nations. Key trade partners include neighboring countries like Ghana and Ivory Coast, as well as France and China. The economy faces challenges such as limited industrialization, poverty, and reliance on foreign aid. Burkina Faso is largely dependent on imported energy, though it has potential for solar energy development. The country's transportation infrastructure is improving, with recent investments in road networks and airports. Burkina Faso has a literacy rate of around 41%, one of the lowest in the world. Education system. The education system is structured into primary, secondary, and tertiary levels, though access to education remains uneven, especially in rural areas. Primary education is free and compulsory, though many children, particularly girls, do not complete school. The University of Ouagadougou is the largest higher education institution in the country. Poverty, political instability, and insufficient resources have contributed to low school attendance and retention rates. Burkina Faso has been focusing on improving vocational training to help equip its youth with practical skills. Burkina Faso has a population of about 22 million people. The Mossi are the largest ethnic group, comprising about 50% of the population, followed by the Fulani, Bobo, and Gurunzi. Around 30% of the population lives in urban areas, with Ouagadougou and Bobo Dioulasso being the largest cities. Burkina Faso has a young population, with over 60% under the age of 25. Life expectancy is around 61 years for men and 63 years for women. Burkina Faso has a high rate of migration, with many citizens moving to neighboring countries like Ivory Coast for work. The country faces challenges in gender equality, with high rates of child marriage and limited access to education for girls. Access to healthcare remains limited, particularly in rural areas, with prevalent diseases including malaria, respiratory infections, and HIV/AIDS. The national flag consists of two horizontal stripes, red on top, green on the bottom, with a yellow star in the center, symbolizing the revolution in progress. Burkina Faso is known for its rich film culture, hosting the largest film festival in Africa, FESPACO, which attracts international attention. The country is famous for its artisans, especially in weaving, pottery, and jewelry making. Although not a major tourist destination, Burkina Faso attracts visitors interested in its cultural heritage, national parks, and vibrant art scene. The country faces security challenges, including terrorism and violence linked to insurgent groups, particularly in the northern regions. Burkina Faso faces significant environmental issues, including desertification, deforestation, soil degradation, and water scarcity, especially in the northern Sahel region. Given its abundance of sunlight, Burkina Faso has great potential for solar energy development, with several projects aiming to harness renewable energy for rural electrification. Despite the dominance of Islam and Christianity, many Burkinabés still practice indigenous beliefs, which often coexist with the major religions. Burkina Faso is known for its relatively peaceful coexistence among its various ethnic groups, although regional tensions have occasionally arisen. Burkina Faso's film industry is highly respected in Africa, with many filmmakers using cinema as a means of social commentary on topics like colonialism, poverty, and corruption. Youth unemployment is a significant issue, contributing to social and economic challenges, as well as migration to neighboring countries. Access to clean water remains a challenge, particularly in rural areas, where many rely on seasonal rivers and wells. Many people in Burkina Faso continue to use traditional medicine, often combining it with modern healthcare practices. International organizations and NGOs work actively in Burkina Faso, addressing issues related to poverty, education, healthcare, and conflict resolution. While tourism is still developing, Burkina Faso's cultural festivals, wildlife reserves, and traditional villages attract niche travelers interested in West African heritage. Aside from football, Burkina Faso also participates in track and field events, with several athletes representing the country in international competitions like the Olympics. If you like the video, we'll share it with your friends and family members on WhatsApp and Facebook wall. I encourage you to like this video too, or did you know that you will meet your friends through the video? Till then.